Hi, welcome to Yoga with Tim, and welcome to the Complete Beginners Yoga class. All right, so for today's class, I have a few props that might come in handy. I have a couple of yoga blocks, which you may or may not need, and a blanket, which will come in handy if your mat isn't very thick to protect your knees. So we're gonna start off with a comfortable seat. If your hips are tighter and you haven't practiced much yoga, when you go to sit, your body might look more like this. That's how I started off. So if that's the case, you're gonna put a little cushion underneath your hips as you go to sit. So find your comfortable seat and then rest your hands on your thighs. So one of the most important things is that we start with our engine, which is our breath. The breath is the most important part of the practice. It's gonna train your nervous system to stay calm so that while we're doing these stretches, your body is more receptive instead of fighting back. So close your eyes if it feels comfortable to, and relax your neck and your shoulders and your jaw. Relax your hips. And practice letting all of the air go out. Then as you breathe in, imagine I tied a band around your bottom ribs and you're breathing that band wide in all directions, the whole 360 degrees. And as you exhale, let all the air go out. Let the ribs and the lungs deflate, and that band shrinks all the way. One more breath like that. Try not to strain your neck or your shoulders as you're breathing in. Then open your eyes if they are closed. And we're gonna try to stick with that breath throughout the entire class, that calm, steady breath. If you feel yourself losing it, you can take a little break and then come back. So with your hands on your knees, we're gonna do some spinal flexion and extension. So start by rocking back with your spine, and then rock forward with your spine. Try to roll your shoulder blades back, take your spine into extension. Exhale to rock back. Inhale, rock forward, roll up onto your sit bones, to the front of the sit bones, shoulder blades back and down. And exhale. Inhale. Now take your fingertips to the side, and as you reach down through your right hip, reach your right arm up, and take a deep breath in to expand through your side body. So when it gets really tight in here in these muscles, it restricts the amount that our breath can move. So good idea to get this to stretch open. And then as you exhale, keep your hip anchored. See if you can stretch a little further, but don't force it. Focus on the breath expanding and contracting. Come back up and change sides. Reach your arm up. Deep breath to expand. Exhale all the air out. Good, then come back up. Twist to your right. Bring your left hand to the outside of your right knee. Twist to your left. Feel your breath moving. Come back to center. Now let's come onto the hands and the knees. So if your mat isn't thick or cushioned, or not on a carpet or something, then you're gonna wanna put something underneath the knees perhaps to keep them safe. So with your hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips, we're gonna do one more spinal wave like we did seated. So flip the sit bones up and roll the spine into extension. And then roll the spine into flexion. Now come into neutral. Try not to let the spine extend or flex, but maintain the neutral. And then stretch your left leg back. Press down through the big toe mound. Stretch the leg towards straight. Now practice stabilizing your core. This is going to help to give you a real strong core. See if you can reach your right thumb up and then raise the arm away from the ground. Make sure that you haven't sacrificed your core to reach the arm up higher, but you're keeping the rib cage in. Then lower your hand and your knee. Let's change sides. Stretch the right leg back first without the hips twisting open. Keep your hips level to the ground. Now feel your strong core, holding your rib cage in position. And slowly take your arm forward. Lower that arm down. Lower the knee down. Let's do it one more time. This is so good for your lower back and for your core. Change sides. Nice job. Now we're going to do a puppy dog pose or child's pose. So for this one, you'll walk your hands forward until you feel a stretch, but see if you can keep the rib cage in its position instead of letting it drop. Now at this point, you could also practice going into a child's pose if the knees are healthy enough to sit the hips all the way back, but now the blanket is in the way because you don't want the knees elevated above the ankles. If that feels like it's too much on the knees, just stick with the puppy dog stretch. Once you feel very confident in this stretch, you can try practicing a down dog. But it requires a lot of mobility in the hips, hamstrings, and in the side body, lats, shoulder muscles. Okay, now from here, let's come up to stand. And with your feet outer hips distance apart, put a little bend in your knees, let yourself fold forward. Grab a hold of your elbows, feel your spine release. Release that and come up to stand. With your feet hip socket distance apart, let's practice a few half sun salutations. As you inhale, spread your arms out to the side, reach up and over. As you exhale, bend from the knees, hinge from your hips, and fold forward. Keep the bend in your knees as you inhale, slide your hands up into your shins, press the hands into the shins, engage your lats, lengthen your spine, and as you exhale, fold. Inhale, come back up. Drive through your heels. Feel your backs of your legs turn on as you come up strong. Raise your arms. Exhale the arms to your side. Inhale, raise your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, hands up the shins, find length. Exhale, fold. Now let's come back to a seated position. From your seat, sit up tall. Raise your arms up. Bring your hands to prayer position. Close your eyes for a moment and notice the sensations in your body. Notice how you feel after yoga practice. Notice the quality of your breath. Does it feel like your breath moves with more ease, like your ribs are expanding? Notice the vibration in your body. Thank you. Namaste. So thanks so much for joining me for this practice today. If you'd like to continue practicing yoga with me, hit the subscribe button, the red button, and that way you'll get all my future updates. I'm also going to put a link below to my beginner's course where you can deepen your practice and build a steady foundation with this 7-part course. It's all free. So click that link in the description. And also, let me know if you liked today's video. Leave a comment below what worked for you, what felt beneficial, and I hope to see you next time. If you have a few more minutes, I'm going to highly recommend that you lie down on your back for a couple minutes with your knees bent and let your body relax completely. This is going to become the most important part of the practice, so I want to encourage you to take this extra 2 minutes to lie down. All right, I'll see you next time on your mat. Have a great day.